Hello everybody, this is a Lamley unboxing. 1, 2, 3 for the price of one. How's that for a good deal today? Sit back and relax. This comes in two parts. We're going to do the unboxing of the B, C, and D mix of Matchbox Collector. It has been very hard to find this year, but we have all three mixes from Mattel sent over. That's the first part. The second part is we're going to open up all the new models or anything of significance and put them on the turntable. That will be the car show. It'll be worth it. Sit back and enjoy this one because I sure am. I cut a couple open. I know these are out because they came from the Mattel Distribution Center. I have not seen them on the pegs. Collector's been really weird this year. And then the D-Mix, if this came from Bangkok, but if it's not out, it will be out very, very soon. Maybe overseas it is. Like I said, I cut a couple of these open and just to make sure I had what I had, but we're going to go ahead and just do this unboxing. We'll start with the B-Mix. And there it is. You want more than that, don't you? All right, let's get right to it and let's just see what we've got. We're going to start from the top. And we start with the 1970 AMC Javelin. That is not a new casting. It was in Moving Parts last year. Or was it Moving Parts or was it Basic? I feel like, it has the opening hood. So it was Moving Parts. We'll get to that one. This is number 10 of 20. The first mix, I think, of Collector was the one with the Bronco. Only had one Bronco in there. And then the Mercedes-Benz, which is the new model, the Honda, the BMW Police, which I've seen that in Kroger stores, pretty much. Two of these, and then these other mixes I just have not seen since. You know, it's just kind of weird. All right, next one. Ooh, that is nice. Collector, if you're not familiar, Matchbox Collector can have moving parts models and can have just standard basic models upgraded. This is like Matchbox Premium, essentially. So this case, the 2015 Porsche 918 Spyder is a basic model, but it gets the, what they call here in Matchbox, the True Grip tires. It'd be a better name, but it has their version of Real Riders. We've talked about the wheels, leave a little bit to be desired, but let's see how this one goes. That's the 918 Spyder. That's pretty cool. Two of those in this mix. Next one. Oh, this is the one that I think folks want. If you've seen this in the store, you're lucky. This is the 1993 Jaguar XJ220S. They did this model way back when, so this is kind of like a redo. I know it's built from scratch. We will definitely open this. Well, we're going to open, I think we'll probably open everything in this car, so we got to get to it. This one I'm super excited about. 57 GMC Stepside. This is a model that I collect no matter what. I know that there is a Moon Eyes version that's just come out in a Walmart exclusive, I think, set. I think it's Walmart exclusive. But this one comes, this is the second time it's been in premium. It's part of the Lesney series way back when. And I just love this casting. It's beautiful. And this Goodyear tires is very, very cool. Sad to see. See, this is what kind of drives me batty about Matchbox. There's your, I think the Porsche 918 Spyder, definitely a very popular model, and two of those is great, but people are going to want both of these too. And there's only one of each. Not entirely sure why that is. Might be a cost thing, you know, budgeting for these type of sets. This should be fairly popular as well. The 1988 Mazda RX-7. That looks very nice in blue. And it appears there are two of those. And there are. So moving those off to the side. B-Mix we're done with. Let's get to the C-Mix. And I've been very curious about this one. So the one new model, we'll put this in the shot, is the Jaguar, right? We're going to open up the other ones too, but let's just get the Jaguar in there. And then let's see what is in the C-Mix, which is just starting to hit. From what I've heard, people have seen it in stores. I have not. 1959 Cadillac Coupe de Ville. I think this is new. Pretty sure this is new. They don't mark it as new here, but this one has opening doors. This might have been in Moving Parts. Boy, it's so funny how I can't keep track, but I don't think so. By the way, no moving parts on this one, but I do think it has a metal chassis. Metal pieces. Okay, so this one, I think that's plastic, but that Cadillac is pretty cool, so we'll put that one over here. Two of those. That's nice to see. I guess I can probably go over here. Trying to put them in the shot. Okay, this one I'm very curious about. 1990 Honda Accord CB. We just do not see a lot of Honda Accords. We have that racing Honda Accord that Hot Wheels did in premium, but this one is more stock, and I'm feeling it from this angle. I don't know if I'm feeling it from this angle, but we're going to have a look at this one. I really like these. You know, I love Hondas, and I really like this generation of Accord. We'll just see how it's done. So there's two of those. I'm very excited to kind of dig into this one. This might be one of those no moving parts but metal chassis models. Another model, third new model, 1994 BMW 850 CSI. We've seen the 850 done by Matchbox way back when as well, all the way up to like the Superfast era, and then we haven't seen it since. The later Superfast era, what was that, mid-2000s? So nice to see this one coming back in, you know, totally new casting with the opening doors and stuff. So that is new. Two of those in this mix, so that's nice to see. And then, okay, this is not new. I think all the others are, but number 15 of 20 is the 2020 Ram Rebel in NYPD livery. So this is actually a fantastic mix. Accord, Cadillac, BMW, kind of a nice array, plus this truck in NYPD. Not bad. Not bad at all. That is a cool mix in two of those. So nice to see that. You know what? Just go two for each. So the C-Mix, I'd say the C-Mix, well, I mean, they've a lot of good stuff in all of them. Okay, we have the BMW and the Accord and the Cadillac all new. We'll put these over off to the side. And our last one is the D-Mix. Got to cut this one open. Sometimes I'll do these as one unboxing, but I knew they were all coming because I said, you know, because I was talking to the Matchbox team, and I said, I don't have any collector. In fact, collector's been kind of hard to find no matter what. Oh, okay. In the D-Mix. Oh, okay. Yeah, we're getting pretty serious here. 2023 Toyota Supra, Advan livery. So the Supra second version was in yellow, just hit basic, and then we have this first time in premium, which basically the premium, what's premium about this is it's full wrap, you know, that full Advan wrap. So nice to see Advan. And I think we have two of those, and we do. That's very cool. Put that over here. All right, next one. Is this new? No, this is not new. 1961 Jeep FC. This has been in basic. It moves to premium. That's actually pretty nice. The deco on that one. That'll be fun to open. So we'll put that one over here as well. So not new. Oh, this is new. Okay. Cannot wait to open this one. Notice what's going on here. When we did the sneak peeks with the Matchbox team, Gary talked about doing this model, the 2023 Porsche 911 Rally, and it's a fabulous casting. Has opening doors, but it also has this switchable piece here on the roof, so you can pull this roof off and add a smooth roof. And they've, instead of just making it to where it's like, it's kind of one or the other, which we've seen with Matchbox, where you would, you know, depending on the one you'd find on the pegs, it might be right-hand drive or left-hand drive. In this particular case, they're actually packaging it together, so you have both roofs with the model. I'm assuming that is why, if I'm looking, there's only one of these, because it's more expensive to produce with the two roofs. That's a bummer, because this is definitely going to be the most popular model in this mix, but at least we have it, and I think that's cool. Of course, you have to add that warning there because of that piece. All right, another new casting, 2023 Aston Martin DB12. This looks good in green. Appears no moving parts, so I'm assuming one of those metal chassis models. That looks cool. Only one of those, which is a bummer, but maybe it's expensive to produce, and so is this. Let's see, yeah, one only of these, 1954 Bentley R-Type Continental. That's actually really cool. I think we saw this, we saw both these, the Aston Martins and the Bentley, in the mix. Okay, and this is rad. We saw this one in the sneak peeks as well, and it's so great. 2020 Porsche Carrera 4S. When we do the car show, maybe I'll pull out all the versions of this casting. Moving parts, it's been in moving parts. I think this is the first time in premium, and it's bright, bright pink, and why not? It's a Porsche. Do it in bright pink, and with all the other versions, I think this is great. Digging this, and there are, as you can see, two of those. So at least you don't get two of these, which is a bummer, but I think that's understandable based on cost. But they do make it up for the Porsche fans with two of the pink Carrera 4S. That is a 3-box unboxing. All collector. There's a lot of good stuff. So what are the new models? And then we'll do some opening up here as for the second part of the video. So this is not new. So new models. Bentley R-Type Continental, Aston Martin DB12, Porsche 911 Rally, 1990 Honda Accord CB, I believe the Cadillac Coupe de Ville, 1959 Cadillac Coupe de Ville. I'll move it down. BMW 850 CSI. Jaguar XJ 220S. And I think that is it, right? I think that is it. Yeah, but that's a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's open them all as a set for the second part of this video. All right. It's funny when you put these together, you realize when you start looking at the numbers, and I've got them in order from number 6, right over here, to number 20, that this is it for the 2020 Collector Series. So these 3 mixes that they said, I didn't realize. There's 20 cars this year, and we have them all outside of the first mix. We've already done that showcase. I don't have the Bronco, but I have everything else. I'll have to find the Bronco some way. But yeah, so it was the Mercedes, the Honda, the BMW, the Bronco, and there was a 5th one that I'm trying to remember. I don't remember, but those are the first 5. So they've kind of released them in order. There's some that are out of place a little bit. Maybe this Porsche got delayed. But let's get right to it. Open them up. This is number 6 of 20. One I'm very excited about, the 57 GMC step side. When I get my hands on the Moon Eyes, I'll do a whole, like, either a short or a video showcase on this casting, because there's so many good ones of that one. Box always comes with it, with Collector, which is nice. If you want to save the box, of course, the packaging and the art I think is really good, and this is very nostalgic. I'll show you the back. I don't think there's much to the back. I like the packaging on this. We'll do the toss like we do. Box. Plastic. And here it is. Love this. Rubber tires on all of these. Some wheels that they've converted some of their plastic wheels to premium. 2-piece is actually great. And this is, and like I said, the execution should be better. The execution of these wheels is pretty much right where it needs to be. I think these are kind of perfect. And this one in Goodyear Tire Service. El Segundo, that's where Mattel is based. That is very, very nice. This is, and it has the metal chassis. That I didn't even notice. They brought the metal chassis back from the Lesney series from, I mean, at least 10 years ago. So this is, of everything here, this is a major winner in this set. Really, really dig this Goodyear truck. Very thrilled to add it back to the collection, or to add it to the collection. All right. First new model, 1993 Jaguar XJ220S. There's your art. Let's open it up. Toss, toss. Make sure I don't toss the car. This is great. Also metal chassis. Look at that. And yeah, tons of details here. They've got tampos going across the window to give it a more complete look. Wheels aren't bad. I mean, it's just going to be an ongoing theme that the wheels can be better on these, and this one isn't. It could be better, but it's not terrible. Like, the wheel kind of works, and obviously this car is from, was it the 90s that this was a concept? I mean, I guess it wasn't even a concept. It was actually a car too, but very futuristic looking, and an excellent choice from Matchbox to do that model. We'll keep on going into number 8 of 20. 1988 Mazda RX-7. We've seen it in white. We've seen it, right, with white and red, if I think so. Now we get it in blue with the premium wheels. And this one is an opening part, so we can check and see what the engine looks like. I don't know if I can get it. There might be some details in there. Yeah, there are. I can't open it more than that. I don't know if that's, I should try. But here it is on the turntable. Wheels look nice. Good color. This is another good casting. I'm glad that they did this one, and this looks good in blue. And it's got the full details, full wrap around from the front to the side to the back, which looks nice. And of course, the taillights look great as well. So I'm digging that model. We'll move on to the 2015 Porsche 918 Spyder. Several versions, several colors of this one. I don't think we've seen it in this kind of deco. This one, so this is where the wheels really leave a lot to be desired. This deco's fine. It's, you know, maybe it's based on an actual car. I like the clean versions better, but this is where, plastic chassis. This is where I say with Matchbox, like, the wheels, the deco's okay, but the wheels don't do anything for this car. I'd rather have the basic, you know, the 10 spokes that they have used, which are lower profile, more balanced. They're a little bit bigger. They sit in the wheel wells better. So this is nice, but this is where my main complaints about the wheels, and we talked about it with Tyler and Gary, and I think they're well aware that the premium wheels especially need to be improved. So it's a nice model, nice in the premium collection, but could be better. Same thing here. I mean, well, this is okay. 1970 AMC Javelin. Nice to see this casting. I like seeing some of the classic American stuff, but here it is, opening hood. We'll take a look at that. Nope, no details there. But you're getting the full chrome treatment. The grill looks good. Side profile looks good. Wheels, you know what they've done here, where they've taken these kind of mag wheels. This doesn't look terrible. In fact, they've darkened the background of the mag wheels, which looks pretty good. Love the color and love the details on this one. I feel like it could be a little bigger, this casting. I think the reason I seem to be more critical of Matchbox is that I'm just always rooting for Matchbox. And I always make that, people like comment, oh, Matchbox has really picked it up. They've always been good. But when there's a miss, people go, oh, see, this is just, Matchbox. And this one, I don't know, that's why I want the wheels to be improved so much. And this thing, number 11 of 20, this, I think, is the star of the show. It's so good. 2023 Porsche 911 Rally. If you remember in the sneak peek video, make sure I don't throw away the hood. Gary said that they couldn't call it Dakar, so they just call it Rally. But there's the box. I'm going to put that off to the side because I might even try... Yeah, see, that's a bummer. Well, I was going to see if it fits in the box to have that other piece. So I have to save the piece with the collection. I'm going to put that out, and then... Oh, boy, that worked. Got to pick that up. Hold on. Found it. All right, that popped right out. So I'll show you some up close. There's a little texture there. That's kind of nice. That's way up close. So texture there. Before I put it on the turntable, I'll show you how it works. So this one has opening doors. Move this down just a tad. So you can see there inside. Color's great on this one. And the wheels here work perfectly, to be honest. Details on the top, and you can pop it right off. So it has these little, show you this up close as well. So details there, and then there's these little two pieces, so you can, and then I'll show you this. So you can put that back in, pop it out, and put in, do I have that right? No, this way. Fit that in. So that's, it's going to be a little easier to pop out this piece than this one. So turn it on the turntable. I'll try and get it both times in the turntable. And we did show it in the sneak peeks with both roofs. But I like both. It definitely takes on a different look with the standard roof, but I really do like the utility roof as well. Let me see whether this is on the turntable or not. I'm going to try and, yeah, you kind of need a good strong fingernail to get that other piece off. There it is. I got it. This one definitely is easier. This one you can just boop. So yeah, very cool. That's just a great model. Just a great model. Put the roof piece right there. Okay, keep on going. 1959 Cadillac Coupe de Ville. I believe this is new. I don't know why. I can't remember. If I'm wrong and we've already seen it, I'm sorry. Plastic chassis on this one. Opening doors. I'll show you on the inside. Oh, you got to see the pedal, brake pedal, and the gas pedal there. If I can get it in focus. Gets the chrome treatment, which is nice. This is nice. Doesn't need the opening doors in my view. Just put a metal chassis on it. But this casting's fabulous. What does the license say? 4R5M31R. There's going to be a code. There's going to be a code there, which I'll have to try and figure out. You guys can. 2-piece wheels. That looks nice. Dig the Cadillac. They've done some big Cadillacs before. I can go through some of them later. I got so many to open here. This is the car show. I was going to do history of those Porsches, but we don't need to. The Carrera, because we got enough to do. All right, I'm very curious about this one. 1990 Honda Accord CB. I'm really happy to see this model done, and I want to see more. I want to see Hot Wheels and Matchbox and Tomica Limited Vintage for that model matter to do this. You know, these generations of Accords, basically 80s and 90s era Accords. Yeah, it's pretty good. The wheels are okay. That angle looks good. We'll put it on the turntable. Front angle looks great. That looks like the Accord. There's just something about the way the wheels fit that it seems a little off to me. Maybe it's just not the right wheels. Like maybe it should have been, maybe it should have been like this wheel to make it look a little bit more like just a hub, or even the mag wheels might have looked better. You know what? This casting's gonna come around for me because I so want it to work. Yeah, this will get there. I almost want to see a basic version of this. Does it have a metal chassis? It has a plastic chassis. Yeah, I like it. I like it better than I thought outside, but I still think there's something with the wheels, the way they fit, that I would just like to see slightly different. But it might be the wheels themselves are too concave for the way I think of this car. So we will see where that goes, but I'm excited about that one. All right, what number was that? That was number 12, no, number 13, right? Yeah, here's number 14. Another new casting, 1994 BMW 850 CSI. I think this one, I could pull out the old one. I'm not going to. This is a great model. Details are there. I'll open the door. Looks good from the inside. Open the other door. Probably have the pedals in there. I just can't see with the black. This might be slightly smaller than the old 850, but it still fits. It still works. Wheels look good. Again, they took the 5-spoke and converted it into a 2-piece wheel, and it's pretty good. It's a little higher profile or wider profile than I think it, But this car, actually, I'm digging it. I like it. I like the angles on it. I think that one's pretty good. So is this one. This is just, just like the Goodyear truck. This is just done well. 2020 Ram Rebel, NYPD. Oops. Pick that one up. Yeah, this is great. Wheels are fine. NYPD looks really good. There's no light bar on this because they've done this truck just as a standard, stock factory model, but doing NYPD on it works really well. They did an NYPD 5-pack maybe 10 years ago, and there's a lot of good models in that set, so this will fit nicely with those. And they revisit the NYPD occasionally, and I like that. All right, that one goes there. Let's look at this new casting, 2023 Aston Martin DB12. Aston Martin, what do they do? The DBS convertible, which I like. They've done a few Aston Martins, some classics. This one's more modern. That grille is massive, but this is a great casting. Metal chassis. I love the color of the wheels. I like how they fit with this olive green. I wouldn't call this British racing. I wouldn't call it olive actually either, but it's not British racing green. But it's a nice color for an Aston Martin, and the wheel combination looks good. Just one day, just have some better ones. No, actually, that looks really good. I'm not gonna, like, those wheels work there. So, all right. Gotta say, when it's models of yesteryear. Whoa, I didn't even notice that. They're bringing back, I didn't see that it would have been on the Cadillac maybe? But look at that, models of yesteryear, using the old MOY. The models of yesteryear was an old Matchbox line of super, super classic cars. Cool to see them bringing that verbiage back, that logo back. That's kind of cool. And I wonder, I see the Cadillac box way over there and it doesn't have it on there, but this one does. I think that's the only time I've seen this. Maybe we'll see it again, but let's open it up. Oh, and it's down here too. Okay. That's interesting. I didn't notice that. I wonder if this is I mean, it's a conscious decision, of course, but I wonder if there's some direction that's going to go with that. Okay, metal chassis. Bentley R-Type. This is beautiful. Wheels look good. Fit. Heavy. Look at that MOY on the back. License. That's nice. This is beautiful. Has kind of a different vibe, to be honest. And I don't want to see Matchbox do a ton of these from this era. I just don't think collectors. I think it's nice, and there's some Matchbox collectors that'll be very excited, and I really like it. But you do too many of these, and you kind of lose collectors. But one or two fits nicely with this whole group here, right? All right. Same thing with something like this 1961 Jeep FC. Making a nice big mess here. Moving part, there it is. Plastic chassis. Notice the topography here. Little design on there. I wonder if that's based on something. This is a nice model. Front grille looks great. It does have that post right in the middle for safety's sake, which is a bummer. Yeah, that's that really stands out on this one. But you kind of don't pay attention to it. This is a great model. And it's nice to see it in full detail. Heavy too, with that all metal cab. All right, like I said, I could have brought out the other ones, but you've seen them: gray, blue, red, and now pink. I can do it. Maybe I'll do it on a short. I'll show all of them. There's your box. This will not stay on the pegs. I'll open the door. I mean, even though we've seen this casting before, there it is. Little carbon fiber treatment on the roof and the hood. Wheels look fine. I mean, and I say fine because, I'd like lower profile. I like the basic wheels better on this, but this looks so good in pink. I love it. I love it. And it's just going to be a model that people will see and they will buy it. Provided they see it, because this has been a hard mix to find. But that's a great model. And I love that they did it in pink. And if anybody has a problem with it in pink, because I saw a couple comments when we did the sneak peeks, I'm like, you know what? There's so many different colors. One time doing pink and creating a whole little family of these cars is great. All right, last one of the year, 20 of 20, is the 2023 Toyota Supra in Advan livery. And I see some things I love, and I see the wheels. Oh, they could have been white. They could have been white, or they could have been black. Because I like this casting. And I'm the Supra I'm a little indifferent to, the modern Supra, or the most current Supra, but I've really enjoyed the Matchbox version of it, and the wheels don't work on this, and everything else does. It'll still be very popular, and Advan livery with the GR badging on the front, that's pretty great. But the wheels don't look right, do they? They just don't. I would have just gone black, to be honest, or just done it as a moving part. I don't know. I mean, for premium, they had to go that full Advan wrap, and it looks great. Everything looks great, but I would switch the wheels out if I'm a customizer, and I'm not. So I'll keep it as is. But this is the, and I've kind of moved away from the most disappointing polls that I used to do in the Lamley Awards, but this is what I would talk about. Like, everything's right, but the wheels don't work, and so you would be a little bit disappointed. There you go. All right, what do I think here? I think there's a lot of great models here. I really do. All the new castings are really well executed. The best model is this one. It just is. I know it's going to be the most hyped model, but it's the best model. My favorite might be the Goodyear truck, and I'm really happy that I'm liking the Accord more than I thought I would once I brought it out. So I'm feeling pretty good about that. You guys tell me what you think. Very, very nice. Thank you, Matchbox, for sending these. Really looking forward to seeing how Matchbox evolves the rest of the year into 2026. We saw, a lot of the sneak peeks, and there was a lot of good stuff there. So I think it's going to be a fun year, basically now until a year from now. It'll be fun to see how all this develops. At this point, we'll know what 2027 is a year from now. But yeah, it should be fun to watch. Thank you, everybody. There's your collector line. Tell me what you think. Bye.